Hello YouTube, Gold Silver Strength here, and this is a market recap for August 7th, 2020, and we'll be going over the three major US indices, the Russell 2000, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. We'll be using the moving average cross of the 9-day moving average in orange and the 26-day moving average in green as our indicator to support which direction the market went today. So going over the DXY daily chart, it put on some massive gains, about 1 point, but it's still within the range from 94 and 92.6. So even though the DXY gained some strength relative to other currencies, it's still channeling within this range, and until it breaks this high of 94, we can still expect it to consolidate sideways. The Dow put on some fractional gains, barely 0.1%. It still needs to test these highs at 27,600 and still has about 300 more points until then. But still, it has much more room to grow. This is the 5th consecutive green candle, and it looks from history after 5 or more consecutive green candles, it may want to pull back, but yet at the same time, these aren't exceptionally large green candles as we see here in the past. So even though it's above the 9-day moving average, we can still expect more green candles to come because these ones aren't as large as the ones to expect a retracement from. The Nasdaq, for the first time in a couple days, did not make new highs today. It gave some gains back. It lost nearly 1% today, and it would have lost more, but it slightly bounced back towards the later half of the trading day. Still above the 9-day moving average, and it should be expected that we should see a sideways consolidation with this slight doji. The S&P 500 put on some slight gains, barely any. It still needs to test these March, February highs of 33.93, but it still looks very good in terms of bullish momentum. And unlike the Dow, the SPY has a lot of gains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive green candles compared to the Dow that doesn't have that many. But again, these candles are small, so we can expect more smaller green candles. Whereas if you have one big green candle like these right here, you will expect a quicker retracement. So until that happens, we can still expect much more bullish momentum. Russell 2000 put on some good gains today, a little bit over 1%. And now it has to test these highs right here at 2,400. So bullish momentum is very good for the Russell 2000. Bitcoin retraced a little bit back today. It's now at 11,500. Again, it still has to break these highs of 12,000 for bullish momentum to still continue. Otherwise, it's just chopping sideways. So in terms of a long position, this is a hold unless you want to pivot and maneuver your cash into a different asset class, then that'll be up to your choice. But right now it's not a buy from a daily perspective, and you should just hold until the next candle formation signals to you that it would be time to buy more or sell your holdings. So the first time in 4 days, gold gave up some of its gains. It peaked here around, peaked around 2,072, but it made a huge red candle downward with a bottom tail. Now this is a signal that bullish momentum is weakening, and I can see from the past, whenever these types of candles form, huge red candle with a little bottom tail right here, it's continued to retrace. Even here, continue to retrace. Right here, same type of candle after 2 red candles, it retraced. So this right now is telling me that gold may want to retrace back a little bit further. So you may want to think about shifting your positions and buying at a cheaper price maybe later next week. But bullish momentum is slowing, even though it's above the 9-day moving average. But again, nothing is certain, and it still has a lot of room to wiggle in between here since it made new highs. Silver coughed up a lot of gains today. It made a new high right here, very close to 30, but now it shot back down to $28.16. Usually when these type of candles form, the most recent one is right here in March. It continued to chop sideways and then wants to go back up. Only difference here is that this is a bull run with that type of candle. So what can we expect? This is a slight retracement and it wants to chop sideways. It definitely didn't break the $30 barrier, so that will be a new high or new resistance level for silver to test. And as of right now, this is a hold unless you look at a lower time frame and see a different type of pattern and trade that according to that lower time frame price action. But from the daily perspective, this is a hold. This is not a buy or sell, and you should wait and see if the candles are forming in a favorable way so that you can capitalize on more gains. Overall, today was a slightly mixed day. The Nasdaq and commodities coughed up a lot of gains back, even though it looks as though it may be a sideways retracement. Today was a red day for those two asset classes. Meanwhile, you have the S&P 500 and small cap stocks pushing for newer highs, and you have even the Dow pushing for more highs as well. It'll be interesting to see what happens next week, starting Monday, now that we are in the second week of August and the financial situation in the US is not that great. More bad news is coming. Recent earning reports for certain tech stocks, those got hit hard even though earnings were decent. Yet the market reacts negatively to good news and positively to bad news. Seems like this sort of meme that's going on right now. But regardless, price action is one supporting evidence for analysis that you can use in order to help have a clearer picture of what's going on in the market and how you can make emotionless decisions when deciding to purchase or sell. Until my market look ahead, this will be my market recap for August 7th, 2020. And thank you for listening. Are you tired of losing in trading and investing? Check out my videos where I do a bare bones analysis on just the price action. No fancy indicators, no gimmicks, just trend analysis and winning here. And I'll see you guys in the next video.